Welcome to Raw Talk, Real Healing.
It's like therapy, but with more laughs and less copays.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Diana.
We're licensed therapists.
But here, we just want to have raw and unapologetic conversations.
So come vibe with us, where professional meets personal.
Let's get it.
Welcome back to Raw Talk Tuesdays.
Welcome back, guys.
How you doing, girl?
I'm feeling sleepy this week. This weather has been like, meow, but here we are.
Yeah. No, I definitely felt so tired this week.
Yeah. It was crazy. Both me and Mike felt like we were just like slugging around. But
And then the weather this morning, I did not want to get up. My room was so dark. And
Yeah.
like the rain, I was like,
I literally woke up and was like, it sounds like it's raining. And Mike was like, it is. And I was like, oh, didn't know. I didn't know it was supposed to rain today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to rain all day, but I guess not.
What if?
Season 2, episode 4.
Yeah.
I know what to do, so why am I not doing it? That's frustrating because I'm going to be honest, that me.
Yeah, I think it's all of us in different aspects.
Yeah.
It's just, like I know that I should be doing something, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times in these moments it feels like there's like something we're missing. Like what? I got I don't know. I can't even speak right now, but like you're missing like the magic fix. Like once I have this thing, it will just all make sense. But I feel like no, a lot of times we know the steps and we know what to do. We just don't do it.
Yeah. Do you think that's laziness?
I don't think it's laziness. I think it's a lack of like boundaries with yourself.
Okay.
And like the lack of the ability to hold yourself accountable. And maybe that's not for everybody. Maybe in some perspectives it can be laziness, but I think like I'm thinking about like maybe personal experience. I think it's like the lack of the ability to hold myself accountable for certain things.
Yeah. I think sometimes for me, it's like I know what I need to do, but sometimes it's like I'm scared to do it.
Yeah.
Like fear. You know what I mean? But let's talk about like in what areas this can then, because everyone's in a different stage and different level, in life. So it could be taking the next step in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Like, marriage, children, whatever. Or it could be knowing you need to leave somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing it ain't going to work and you just making something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be your physical fitness journey. Like,
Demi.
That you have to get healthier and like, you'll feel better. You want to get there. You know what you have to do. But there's like this thing and like, just
something holding you back.
It could be leaving a job. It could be applying for this new job, taking a risk on yourself. I mean, this literally can be applicable to whatever. And I really love to hear, guys, like, what are some things that you feel like that you got to do something and you're just not taking that next step? It could be going to therapy. Like, I know I need to go talk to somebody.
You? Like personally?
Damn, you put me on the spot.
I truly thought that that's what you were saying.
Well, I wasn't, but since you put me on the spot.
We've been asking you to call that one therapist lady. I don't know what her name is, but you got her number done 25 times.
I know. I texted in the group chat, y'all, what's the number again? Probably have it like stored 700 times.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm gonna take accountability for that. For that, I have not made that jump yet.
Okay, so let me ask you, what do you think is holding you back?
I seen this Instagram reel the other day. You know what I'm talking about?
And no, because I don't be on reels like that.
So the girl, she was a therapist and she was like, see, my problem with finding a therapist is like, Yeah, you
I
know what I'm talking
remember.
about? Like, I'm trying to find somebody that's like better than me or
Yeah,
like at my level or like
yeah,
no better than me, but I can't even find somebody that's as good as me. So that, going back and forth. And I don't mean to say like that. There's so many great and wonderful,
yeah,
therapists, but I don't know if it's just like, I know that sometimes it's not like a match made in heaven the first time.
yeah,
And like, you got to keep going and going and going. Sometimes I just like time, you know what I mean, just passes by, or I just have a million other things to do. Sometimes it could be like, I know that I'm dealing with this thing, or I should, process it, but then it gets better. It gets better, right? Quote unquote.
right.
And then it's like, oh, I could put that, that doesn't have to be top priority, which is, a mistake that we do
Yeah.
all the time until it gets like really, really big,
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's just like wanting to find that right person.
So then fear.
Yeah.
Fear of like having to keep trying and not finding somebody that you match with. That's what
Hmm.
I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just thinking back, like in relationships, I think if we have like low self-esteem or traumatic, experiences growing up, if we have attachment,
Hmm.
troubles or challenges, like all of those things are going to lead to you not choosing you first and staying in a place
Yeah.
that you don't want to stay in, or just fear of like, you can do better, whether it be a job, a man, a woman, whatever. You can. So why are you still here?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And maybe no one loved me before, and like I only know what this love feels like.
That's a good perspective.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is love. And we're in the outside like, girl
This not.
or boy, that's not love.
Right.
But can you imagine people who only know what toxic or abusive love is?
I can imagine.
I guess we all can, but not at the.
Right.
I can't imagine like feeling that right now.
No. So actually, I was in a session and we were like chatting, and she's telling me about like her situationship, and she's like really upset. And I'm supporting her, I'm there for her, whatever. And this is like this person's second session. So it's like all I got was like a little bit of background that first day. And she came in and I'm like, "Hey, like how are you?" And she just looks at me. I was like, "Okay, not good. Let me shut this door." And I'm like, "What's happening?" And she just like lost it. The situationship relationship that she is in at the ripe age of 50,
Mm.
I cannot imagine dealing with that. It's very much like my previous relationship. And I'm like, listen, I've been here, but I cannot imagine. I didn't say this, but I cannot imagine being in this position.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be 49.
Mm-mm.
And like crying, like feeling crazy, like feeling like manipulated, like feeling stupid, can't trust her gut, feeling naive at 49 years old.
I know. My heart really does
I
feel
may or may
for
not have
people.
shed a tear, like welted up a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like my heart hurts for people like that because like at 49, like you still have life left.
Mm-hmm.
Don't settle for this.
Yeah. That's really sad.
I know. And she's like, I done blocked him so many times and he always comes back and finds me. And I'm like, but you let him back in.
Yeah. You got to do some real self-love,
Yes.
self-confidence,
Yes.
like build her back up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? We all been there,
Absolutely.
we all been there.
I was very transparent with that. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, I feel you.
Yeah. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, golly.
But like her like history of relationships and stuff like that are not the best. So it's like you were saying, could you imagine like this being the love that you know? And
Yeah.
I was saying to her this morning, I'm like, love is not chaos. I'm like, love is safety. I'm like, and sometimes love is boring. But like love is feeling safe and you don't feel safe.
Yeah. I like that. Sometimes people can get confusion mixed up with resistance too in
Mhm.
this space, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes like, oh, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? But really in the back of your mind, you're like, I know what would
Right.
what sounds good.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a resistance there. There's something holding you back. And so like you gotta explore that
That.
gap, you
And
know?
I think that's very much so like looking like in the situation I was just talking about, like let's use a relationship for example. I feel like that's very much so asking that question, like you know what's right for you and you may not be ready to do it right now, and that's okay. But how do we get to that point where you do feel ready? How do we get you to that point where you feel like, you know what, I'm ready to make this decision for me? Because I mean, I'll never forget, like, even when I was in high school, again, unhealthy relationship, but like, I remember my cheerleading coach said to me, like, one day you're going to wake up and you're not going to want to do this anymore. And like, once that day comes, like, you will be finished. But it very much so is that, but what is that resistance? That resistance is that time period where we know what we need to do, but we just don't feel ready for
Yeah.
that yet.
Yeah. Sometimes it could be not ready, like we said, like fear, right? Being scared,
Mhm.
not trusting yourself in that capacity. And sometimes you're just, like you said, not ready for that change yet.
And I think too, being comfortable and scared of like what that unknown future is going to look like. So it's like, okay, if I leave this person, what's next for me? Am I going to find somebody? Am I going to be alone? Am I going to find, what makes me happy? Am I going to feel better with my choice? Am I going to feel like this was the right choice? Like I feel like that aspect of like everything being unknown is what's really scary, because right now I'm comfortable where I am and I'm aware of what this is.
hmm I think we talked a little bit about this, like in the relationship aspect in one of our episodes,
Mhm.
but it's like, fear. I think when I look and I'm just thinking, back of like different several situations, whether it been job or
Yeah.
relationship, I think for me it's always been fear.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And comfortability. I think
So
those two.
let's so like I was kind of thinking about this last night when we were planning. So when it comes to like fear and comfortability, we keep bringing up like a job, right? How long have we been speaking of like taking a leap for ourselves in the workplace?
Yeah.
And I did that. And it was a little bit scary. I was definitely feeling uncertain, but what would you say is like keeping you from taking that leap?
Um, I think right now, just how my life is, I just don't think it's the time.
Okay.
I just don't think I have the mental, emotional, physical capacity for that where my life is right now.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, I think for you, it's a little bit different because you don't have any children.
Yeah.
You don't have that much. You don't have that responsibility,
Right.
like
I
a
don't my
household. You're not running.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not running something. Like kind of like, and not that I'm all the way up there either. But like for Rosa, same way.
Yeah.
For me, it's like our days, sorry, are just like constant going, 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 going.
But I feel like I can counteract that because think about Jasmine.
What about Jasmine?
Jasmine was ready to take that leap.
I mean, her situation just might be a little bit different. She might have a different support system.
Okay.
She maybe we know the
Just
jet.
playing devil's
Yeah,
advocate
yeah,
here.
no, Jasmine has everything to the T in order. Like, should be good to go if we had another COVID incident for the next 5 years, I feel like. So she's just really good at that, where I'm not, I don't prepare in
Mhm.
that space.
But like, okay, so we can go back because I know, like, yes, my responsibilities are me and my dog. what are me and me Mike gonna eat for dinner, but really he takes on that. So like responsibility wise, yes, like my responsibilities, I guess we could say like are less, right? But I forget where I was going with this.
And I just think like, again, the mental and emotional capacity
Yeah.
of like doing it.
Because I feel like I just ripped that Band-Aid off and was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And went
like,
for it.
I'm so happy for you. And like one day, I just don't know when that day.
But do you think
is.
that's based off of fear?
No. Maybe like a tinge, but I think more so it's just I need to prepare and get affairs in order, before.
But I think later in this episode we have we are going to have the conversation of like we feel like we can't do something if, and we have like talking about like what can you do now to like take that jump and take that control.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to tell you the difference. That is fear-based or having like perfectionism tendencies.
Okay.
Like I need to have this. There's also like being responsible.
Mhm.
You have to be able to financially be in a place where you can do that. I got to think about my whole household.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes. However, there's still another income.
Yes.
Like if you look at it as like solo, I mean, yeah, there is like another source of income at this point, but like when you think about solo, it's like, wow, pressure's on me and only me. There's no external support.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel
you're
like
right.
we're having our own therapy session and I kind of like this. I keep thinking too, like for you, is it the comfortability of like, I know what to expect here and this is stable. So I'm not going to mess with this because of these other responsibilities.
I think that I'm just good. Like where I am, like I'm comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
in that space, and it's not like I need to do something.
No,
different.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like let's just say like you drove how many, like 40 minutes
Yeah.
every day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
That's a lot.
you had different things in place that were like, I just want to do this, like this is far from me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that if you lived around here that you would have done that differently.
No, I definitely think that this was driven by my drive, but also like a financial aspect of it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But again, like we were saying, like I have like a different level of flexibility with that than having like, because obviously I don't have like a home. I mean, I have a home, but I don't like live in a big house and stuff like that. So like, yes, levels of responsibility are different.
Yeah.
But I think that pressure was still on there just on like a smaller level, I guess you could say.
I don't feel like in this moment for me, I don't feel the need right now. Like that's just not where I am right now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Like this works for me right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't have like the mental and emotional capacity or the time to like do what you did. I don't have that type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like
With patience.
Yes. I don't like I'm not here for that. So unless I'm ready to have someone that can do that for me.
I got you, girl.
Yeah, like listen, I just had my sister. Like I am very much a person. Tell me how much it is. Like tell me how much it is. Can you do this for me? Or I'm not a person who likes to host. I'm very much like, tell me what to bring. What do you need?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now where I am in life, I don't have space for that.
Okay.
Right now. I
Love
just
that for you.
don't. I just don't.
Love the awareness.
Yeah, right. So in other aspects, though, I can say it's like fear, but with that per se, right now I'm good.
So this is us exploring the gap between knowing and doing.
Yeah,
We just pretty much unpacked all of that for you. Like what is, in this aspect, it's not knowing what you need to do because right now you don't need it, but you know what you would need to do in that aspect and it's just not your time.
Right. So like, I feel like once I recognize like, okay, this is the time that I need to do this,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll explore it then. But right now, I'm liking the flow of things.
Yeah.
Things just work for me right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I don't drive far.
You don't.
It's convenient.
Bless up.
Yeah, it is what it is. Rosa brings me lunch almost every day.
Nobody reacted to my message the other day when I was like 10 out of 10 don't recommend leaving your friends at work.
You text that?
Yeah. Because I think Jasmine was talking about bringing that strawberry salad. And I was like, 10 out of 10 don't recommend leaving your work friends.
Wow. We dropped the ball on that. I didn't even see that.
Everybody was like, fuck Gabby. She don't want our food.
No, I don't remember seeing that. I was in back-to-back
Yeah.
sessions. My Wednesday, Thursday was 9 to 7 back-to-back. So I was struggling. I'm lying. Yesterday I had a little break. I did because I came home and walked Olaf.
I walked Carmela yesterday on a little break. I literally was supposed to be done yesterday at 4:00, and then people just like were trying to schedule and move things around. And I was supposed to do that postpartum meeting last night, but nobody ended up signing up for it. So I ended up just like scheduling more people, and I was like, but I worked.
Yeah. You need to work.
Yeah,
So
and I do.
yeah.
I've been doing better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to get more
Especially-
peeps.
Exactly. Two things I think that we need to touch on too is the emotional attachment that people have with like things or people or places.
Yeah.
You know, can really be a deterrent, I guess, from making that change. And then also the perfectionism of people like, no, it has to be when I have this amount of money, when I got zero debt, when this person has this, when this person has this, or when this person goes away to school, whatever. You know what I mean? It has to be
Or
like
the stars have to align for me to be able to be ready to make this choice.
Yeah. What is it? What does Rosa always say?
Mercury and
Yes.
retrograde?
Yeah, that can't be happening. Like
Right.
we gotta have it all figured out.
Right. And I think a lot of times people feel this way when they think about like having kids or starting a family.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I do not have kids and I have not started a family, but I feel like you are never 100% ready. And like everything isn't going to be aligned when it's like, okay, ready to have a kid. I mean, sometimes I feel like people, when they have like a couple of kids, the first one, a lot of times, so they say, I don't know, going based off of like personal familial experiences, I feel like the first one typically seems planned and like the next couple just kind of show up. And it's like, I wasn't really ready for this. I wasn't really planning for this, but you weren't not planning for this. But I also think like those are the moments where it's like, okay, I might not be ready and the stars might not be aligning, but we're going to figure it out.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. No one can be ready for that. Because like there is no manual for that shit.
No, there's
You
not.
can read all the fucking books you want.
I know.
Every kid does not come out the same. I'm sorry.
No. Do you have a lot of clients who want to do like that gentle parenting?
That's a whole nother episode. Don't get me started on that.
Because I feel like people, my clients will be like, yeah, but this is what we're trying to do. And I'm like, okay, but like if you mess up on that at like one moment and like that's not what they're responding to, it's okay.
People take gentle parenting to the extreme, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I agree. Next episode.
Maybe. Oh.
That would be a good one.
You might got something there, girl.
Okay.
So yeah, I think most important, let's think of, readiness is really about feeling safe most of the time. If you don't feel safe doing X, Y, and Z or, feeling that confidence, then that's going to hold you back.
Yeah.
For
absolutely.
Sure.
Okay. So I think another thing, like leading kind of into that fear, is thinking about like, what is this change going to cost me? Like, is it going to cost relationships? Is it going to cost my job? Is it going to cost me financially? Is it going to cost like my mental capabilities? Like, I think in these nerve-wracking transitional periods, it does come with a cost, but that doesn't mean that cost is forever.
The way you just said that was hilarious.
What?
He was like, doesn't mean it's forever.
I was making sure I put a little emphasis on that, making it feel soft, kind, nice.
Yeah. No, you're right. But like, I feel that sometimes people, they may not know that. It may not feel
Right.
like that for them. It may feel like forever because it literally can change everything,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it's not just like one area or one aspect. Like, think about it. Sometimes when you change one thing in your life, everything begins to change.
You ever think about, like, in your life, if you made like this one specific choice and you made it differently, how much would be different?
Yeah, I think we all do. I think that's just a human
I
thing.
think about this one thing in high school all the time. Like, what if I chose this person and not this person? Like, how different would my life be?
Yeah, we could all do that. But here's the thing. You choose that one person, and who's to say that it would have been good?
Right. Nobody. I feel like we just kind of go back and reflect, like, what if it would have been like this? Or what if it would have been like this? And I feel like when we're talking about like the cost of something, we can also think about like, what's going to be different about me?
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. Because one thing that I will say is that in my relationship, the way that I have grown
Mm-hmm.
as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know 100% that has a lot to do with Jamal.
A lot to do with Jamal, or you think Camille?
Hmm. Both, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking in like relationship, like you're talking about a
Yeah.
relationship, but like there's certain things that I feel like, one, we're not really taught and we're just going,
Mm-hmm.
going through life. And then there's something about having someone, I want to say this in the right way, because y'all know y'all be tripping when I be like, submit to your mans.
I thought about that yesterday. And I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Y'all know what y'all missing. I guess that's the best way that I can put it. It's just a gentleness of like submitting that just changes you as a person.
When you say submitting, do you like, maybe let's put it in perspective too. Like, it doesn't have to be like the submitting that we were kind of like fucking with you about. I think it's more so like being able to let that guard down of being like, I need to be independent and I need to be the one to like take care of me.
Yes. And like, it absolutely isn't. Because when we have these conversations, y'all be pissing me off. Because I'm like, these bitches don't get it. And I'm telling y'all be having me fleshed up.
I know.
It's not like I submit to this person, he makes all the decisions for me.
Right.
Or I need to ask permission before I can do X, Y, and Z. No. If you have that train of thought, then you just got to go all the way back and forget about it and start over.
Mm-hmm.
It's about allowing yourself to be soft.
Okay, so maybe we should word it that way.
Okay. Allowing yourself to be soft, allowing yourself to know it's okay to have someone else take care of you.
Okay.
It's okay to allow someone else to teach you different things. I know what I know. My mother taught me how to be a strong ass independent woman.
Yeah.
Because that's what she had to be.
Yeah.
I don't have to be that.
Yeah.
I'm not in that position. I have someone who cares about me, who loves me, who shows up for me. She never had that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do the things that she did, and it wasn't working.
And right, and you don't even have to. And it's funny because as you're sitting here saying this, I'm thinking about two different things. I watched my dad in a relationship where very much like the woman was used to being strong, independent, single mother for a long time. And a lot of times they butt heads because my dad was like, you don't have to be that way anymore. Like, I love you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you. So I'm very much so in that way. Like, she wasn't willing to be submissive, if that's what we want to call it. But it's also funny because on the other turn of things, I was very much so raised in a way like, if you want something, you work for it, you do what you have to do, you don't rely on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And my family, we make fun of my dad all the time, and we say he contradicts himself because he does. But like in these moments where I talk about like, it sucks because I feel like I didn't have help that other people might have had or whatever. And my dad always goes like this to me, like, nobody can say they gave that to you because you did it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then in other moments when I am being like, because I know I'm tough, like I am very much well aware of I am not an easy person,
Mm-hmm.
at least to be in a relationship with.
You're an easy friend.
I am an easy friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
In all the good ways.
Yeah. Yeah. But in a relationship, I know I can be tough. And on the counteract of that, my dad recently told me, he's like, Gabby, he's like, you have to back off. So in another way, like he's basically telling me, like, you have to be submissive. Like, you don't have to correct everything. You don't have to say, like, this is what I want. And this is what he's like, you have to just let him do his thing. Mike, obviously. He's like, because if not, he's like, he is going to lose his fucking patience, Gabby. And he's like, and I don't know what he's going to do. He goes, because he does love you. He goes, but he's going to lose his patience with that.
Because y'all want to be fucking submissive.
So
just saying. But can I say something real quick?
Yes.
See, this is the part where I feel like you guys don't understand. Because you're like, I was raised to be, like, do it yourself. No one's going to help you. That has nothing to do with submitting.
Okay.
We're talking about in a relationship. We're not talking about individually.
Okay.
Like, you know me, I work hard. I'm a go-getter. I do all of the things. I am also a contributor, a provider in my household too. Like, we're equal in some, aspects. And like, that doesn't mean that one person is like better or like carries more weight. No, we have roles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not because Jamal loves that. Like, he's like, I love that you don't depend on me, for every single thing. You know what I mean? That's taxing. That's tiring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could go get it and like, God forbid anything happens, he knows I'm holding it down.
Yeah.
Vice versa. So it doesn't have anything to do with those great qualities that our parents have taught us to go out there, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody coming to save you.
Right.
You got to save yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I'm talking about in your relationship, in your partnership, are you going to be the same way and try to overpower every single time?
It shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, because you're creating a space where a man can't be a man. And that is the worst thing that you can do. Is not allow a man to be a man. But I'm going to say this. It's going to take spiritual understanding for you guys to even get there. If you don't have a relationship.
So do I have to go to church?
Girl, you don't have to go to church. You got a Bible at home? Girl, there's like 700 in here. I can give you one. You have to build a relationship. That's the only way,
I don't know what came over me last week, but I said to Mike, like, maybe we should go to church.
Just saying.
And he looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like,
and whatever whatever it is, people who go to church, like people who are Christian or people who are Muslim or people, whatever, it doesn't matter. They just have a relationship and they are guided by, whomever they choose. Like, that's important to have that. If you don't have that knowledge and understanding, you won't get what that looks like.
Right. And I mean, I feel like I was raised, obviously, well, not obviously, but I was raised with religion and I was raised Catholic. So, like, but I feel like as a kid, like, this isn't the stuff that you learn, like, in CCD class.
No, because you're learning religion. You got to learn spiritual relationship. But
interesting.
We can talk about that off camera because I love to talk about it.
You love Jesus.
I do.
Okay, different perspective on being submissive. Okay.
So, you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. You said it the other day. Why your ass ain't go?
Why I ain't go where?
To church.
Wait, what did I said something?
You just said I told Mike the other day we need to go to church. So I'm saying, like, I know I need to do this, right? Maybe that like.
I also thought it would help him build community too.
Yeah. Community is great. Fellowship is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He cannot be fucking outnumbered by you, Gabby. Like, I'm just going to say that.
What do you mean?
Just around you? Like, he has nobody here.
I know.
But you and your
Poor
family.
Poor guy.
That's hard.
I know. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I was carrying enough with this ass, but guess not.
That was hilarious.
That was. Okay. Let's keep it moving.
Yes. So as we were saying before, things can change everything, right? And it can change relationships. And one thing that we also talked about was even changing like who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, or feeling like a loss of who you are when you do those kinds of things. And I often think about how many people struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to lose who they are. They don't want to lose, like, But
what are they holding on to?
Exactly. What part are you scared to lose? Or what do you think is going on there that you're like, I can't let this go,
Yeah, I like that.
Even good change can feel threatening.
Yeah.
It can feel unsafe.
Yeah.
So we have to keep in mind, like, give yourself and give other people a little bit of grace.
Absolutely. So why do you think that knowing isn't enough to create the change?
I think just closing it up, right, is fear.
Mm-hmm.
Being uncomfortable, not wanting to do it, not feeling that ready, aka safe to do it, not having the plan. Like, what if I don't have a plan?
I was just going to say the stars aren't aligned.
Yeah, exactly. Like that in itself. Not having trust in your other person if you're trying to do something with someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think it's a combination of things sometimes.
I think a big part of it too was like an uneasiness.
Yeah.
Like that fear of the unknown, just not knowing what to expect or what's to come. Because we can have a plan all day. We know that. But that doesn't mean that life isn't going to just like throw a wrench in that and create like waves in whatever we're trying to do.
Yeah, I agree. Why do you think you're not ready or don't want to submit? What does it mean to you?
Okay, therapy. Let me put some thought into this. I feel like I don't. This is really sad. I feel like I don't trust others to show up for me.
Because you've been disappointed before.
Yes. And I think that's a big piece. Like, I was in a position where I did have to heavily rely on another person. And I did not like that.
But
And when I had to start over, that was really hard. So I feel like I don't ever want to maybe like lose that or lose that control over like myself. But it's also weird because like even in my relationship now, and my therapist points this out. She's like, anything that you've ever asked, like anything that I have ever asked Mike to do, he does show up. He may not show up on my timeline or in like the exact way that like I'm expecting him to, or like when, but anything that I typically ask, he will show up. So I feel like it's really hard for me to like trust that somebody's going to show up for me.
okay, I like that answer. But I will say this, because this will turn into a whole therapy session.
Okay, let's do it.
One, I think you have to build a better relationship with what you think that is the first question that I ask you, because you think it's relying on someone and it's not.
Right.
Right. And then two, when you do that, you are self-sabotaging.
Oh, I know. This was also my therapy session.
Yeah. And you are hurting your relationship more than you are helping it.
Mm-hmm.